Hello, sir. Good evening, and thank you for joining with us for our interview session. Moving on to the interview part, my first question is: what is the latest program that you are offering in your institute, which will help a student outperform and stand apart from the crowd?
Uh, good evening, Manish. Actually, first of all, thank you for this opportunity. It's a pleasure to have this interview with you. Coming to your first question, I would say so. We are like a school of design. We don't have one particular program as such right now, which we introduced. But the new things, what we have done to our existing program is we have added some value-added courses. Okay, so apart from our normal design courses, what we have in each or under each discipline, we have certain courses which will be a little different from whatever the student is learning particular to that subject, but it's something which gives them an extra added advantage, which will help them later in life. Or it's a new, basically, like I said, a value-added course, right? We'll be adding some values to something which they already know or something different altogether. So that will be the thing which I would say like a new course. Apart from that, there is no new program. We are we have like a design school. We have like total of 4 programs as such in general.
Okay. So moving on to the next question, what are the factors that make this program the best for the students to opt?
Uh, like I would say in general, a design program like with the world we live in right now, right? Everything is changing very fast, and one has to update themselves. And by nature, the design as such is something which evolves. Okay, so doing a course in design uh, is about we are like in line with what is going to happen right now, what will happen in the future. So it's about learning and understanding a process, why certain things are the way it is, why are certain things the way it should be or it ought to be. So that sort of an understanding is something which people generally get from a design course. So that could be a kind of an advantage is what I would say like as a design student, somebody will learn and it can be applied in their real life also.
Okay. Moving on to the next question. What will you say the best practices in the course you are offering?
Uh, one thing is like the interdisciplinary. Our course is like, excuse me, course is like very has an interdisciplinary nature. By which what I mean is, students have there are certain courses. There is it's a credit-based system, and students get to choose certain credits actually according to what they like, preference. And there is an interdisciplinary. So not necessarily somebody of a fashion design can choose certain course, maybe something from an automotive design, certain modules. So like that way, they're not restricted to one particular thing, but at the same time, students are exposed to other areas also of design. What are maybe the new opportunities? It's a new learning as such, right? Where what they have learned here, how that can be used in maybe in a different area, completely different from something of their core area of studies. So that is one important thing which I would say, like the interdisciplinary nature of the course.
Okay. Tell me what are the some valuable insights of the program that you are offering at your institute?
Uh, the program is designed in such a way that once a student finish their course, also they are ready, actually industry ready. In terms of industry, so when I say uh, we have mostly the design is all studio based courses. So generally in studio based courses, what we do is we create scenario agnostic where what happens actually in industry, right? A similar kind of scenario is what they will learn in this case in a studio. So they'll be given a brief. So they will follow the entire design process. Their understanding, everything will get very strong. And since they are used to something, it will not be a very difficult transition for them, like right after the college, to go and work anywhere. So that is one thing. And apart from that, like I said, that we mentioned earlier, also, as a design education, that will help them. That process will help them to excel in any like in different parts of life as well. Actually, that understanding. So that would be the best thing actually I would say. They'll come out as with a little aware citizens or aware persons. To give you an example, also in recent times, we know how important it is to understand about like what is happening around you, even in terms of environmental issues, right? So as a designer, it's very important to have that empathy and understanding, and you are being sensitive in general. So I would say like after this course, generally that is the kind of output we look from a student to be a first I like in a simple words a good human being.
Okay. Sir, moving on to the next part, how does the program ensures that the students are being prepared for the future?
Uh, it's kind of little bit kind of continuation with what I was saying, right? It's so we in general when we plan also our curriculum, like I said, with design is very evolving in nature, so we update it on a very regular basis. Okay. And while we doing it, we don't do as a group like within the university level. We have the experts from the industry also is involved in the process, so that we do that we are not outdated. We know what is happening in the current situation. So that is reflected in our curriculum. So whatever the things what the students learn, which is there, like I said, they are ready for the industry. And along with that, we have sensitizing programs also where we, like I said, we want our students in general to be very sensitive to understand and know actually, because when you design something, it is definitely for uh, it's for somebody else, right? It's for a user. So if you have to understand the user, you have to have that empathy with, right? You need to be able to put yourself in their shoes and understand, okay, what will be the need of that user, right? And a little conscious also how that will impact actually, what kind of impact it is bringing to the society, and we want that to be positive. So we have certain, like I said, sensitizing programs also which we give along with it, and yeah, that's how I think.
Okay. How did you train yourself and your faculty members to deliver this program to the students?
Uh, of course, we all of us who work here, actually, we have a background in design. We ourselves are graduates, postgraduates in design from various design schools. That is one way. And apart from that, uh, we have a personal development program actually in our university where every faculty member has to have like we have like a yearly we take up one either it can be a course development course how to improve ourselves. Along with it, what are the, like I said, like the changing needs of the industry. So we understand maybe what could be things we have to learn. Then we learn it from the industry experts. We get somebody, some experts to take ourselves. And these days, and there are a lot of courses also available online. So depending upon the requirement and what we are as in each individual who wants as a development, we take up that courses and we are actually supported from the university as well.
Okay. Sir, how do you tend to build the industry connect with this program?
Okay, so like in design, we have a lot of industry collaborations. We conduct something called master classes. Master classes basically we call people from the industry. Actually, we ask them to come and we request them basically to come and take some courses. Actually, certain specific modules, okay, which will be happening in the industry right now. It's a kind of a practice. So that way we build a connection with them, and even the students also get to know, right? Actually, people from the industry how thing, and same time this industry also get to know understand what is happening from in an educational field with respect to design. So that is how we start basically, and even our juries. Actually, we always have some members from the industry who will be as part of our jury members. So that is how we start actually the connect, and then that will translate later into some more projects and internship for students, and then later on become placements.
Okay. Sir, what were the challenges that you have faced while inculcating this program in your curriculum?
Uh, so, like I said, a lot of the things are practices, like a lot of things. First of all, the idea is like how to design this program. Actually, we have to see. So, there are certain modules will be a little heavy, and students will have no background with it. So, first of all, we have to think how we're going to deliver this. Actually, that is a very important part. That is where our first or foremost challenge situation. Then we have to see like uh, some of the things we will have to invite experts in that field, right? So we will have to identify the right person for that job, and we'll have to another thing, the scenario which we look at is like how relevant it will be from the current times to the future relevant states. So that these are the three or four factors where we look into actually whether we do that, and that is the most challenging part we always faces when we introduce any new courses.
Okay. Sir, what are the different types of projects that the students are working on through these programs?
Uh, so, like I said, in our college right now, we have like four disciplines of design: fashion, product, graphic, and automotive. So, all of them, at least from third year, every student is required to do an internship. We have a place also called who helps them to do with the internship as well. They'll find internship. So internship, what happens is they get that industry exposure in between their studies, and those projects depends on what exactly they have been given them. So anyway, they will only get like a live experience. It could be part of a live project. That is one thing. And like I said, it all varies, okay, like depending on what kind of in under what stream you are doing. In automotive, they do a lot to do with being part of the development phase actually of a vehicle to come into research and development. And research. So they learn how the whole process happens, and they will be part of it. So that is an experience which they get to do, and the projects can range from maybe a commercial vehicle to a passenger vehicle. And the recent times, I would say a lot of our projects have been in collaboration with electric startups. So it can be two-wheeler project and as well as some four-wheeler projects. Basically.
Okay. So moving on to the last question, what are the benefits and career option after pursuing this course?
Again, here also I have to answer in a different way. Like I said, it all depends upon what kind of discipline you're choosing. Even within that also, like the way the course is structured, I would say that they can find their career or opportunities in multiple fields, a multitude of fields. Like in the current scenario, design is a very much sought after field actually. Even within design, there are a lot of other fields like so, but in general, it's a very sought after field, and there are a lot of requirements. And the way things are happening also, the way things are changing very fast. A lot more things are happening. Actually, human-centered design is there, right? User interface, user experience, the one area where there is a lot of opportunities are happening. So I would say it's a lot in demand. Understanding like it could be different. So they have opportunities are in all the fields, okay, of design. So it all depends on what stream you are in. Even within each stream also, there are a lot of opportunities. So even it can be like, to give an example, even somebody from a fashion industry also can find a job within automotive industry as a CMF designer, like color, material, and finish. Okay, so there is an interdisciplinary moment is also possible. But what I can say is there is a huge demand in general for design.
Okay, sir. Sir, any message you want to give to the current youth who want to pursue design courses?
I would say keep observing actually, and take things with an open mind. We always generally come up with preconceived notions on things, right? This is how the way things are. That's because we are used to certain things, but we should not be so rigid on things. We have to be more flexible in general. And other thing I always tell is like you have to be, or one has to be like our own device is what we use right now, right? For example, to give an example is that we have to be like our mobile phone where we have to update ourselves. Okay. Otherwise, we have to stay relevant, right? Like we know when we don't do that, right? It's not possible to use certain apps, right? So we have to be like them actually in the current scenario because that's the only way we will be staying relevant for the future also. So keep learning, and what all things you have to learn, try upskilling actually. Okay, that is a very important thing which you need, and look at everything with an open mind as well, and observant and be sensitive also. That's all I would say actually in general.
Okay, sir.
Be it anything, not necessarily design. I would say like in general, and in design all the more.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. That's all for today. It was a nice session having you here.